G'day, Binanceans, and welcome back to this week's Binance Beach. We have a cracker episode today with a bunch of Binance community updates, and joining me to go through them is Jessica Walker. Welcome back to the show, Jessica.
Thank you so much. How have you been?
Been really well. It's been a busy few months in Australia and heaps of cool stuff that we've been working on. We recently launched Margin, which has been a really strong product. We've seen heaps of demand for that, a lot of volume going through there. And we're working on some pretty exciting stuff for Q2. But yeah, it looks like it's been a huge couple of months globally as well. How have you found things recently?
Amazing. Well, I was just thinking, I was like, when was the last time we did this live stream? And it was about 3 or 4 months ago, which in crypto terms and Binance terms is almost a year of kind of project announcements, updates, and developments. So it's been excellent. It's been busy, but there's loads to discuss, which I think we're going to be getting into a little bit more details on this stream today.
Yeah, and last time we spoke, we were pre all-time highs, I'm pretty sure. We hadn't cracked the 100K. We hadn't hit 109. So since we spoke, we've been up, we've been down, but it's nice to see Bitcoin back, I think, above 85K. ETH's back above that $2,000 psychological mark. So there's a little bit of green action today, which I'm feeling really positive about. But let's kick into it. First of all, last week we had a huge announcement about MGX backing Binance with a landmark investment. Can you tell us a little bit about this update?
Yeah, absolutely. And thank you for kicking off with this, because I think especially for those of us that are based in the UAE, this is huge news. But I think for anyone in crypto, this is super significant. It really reinforces the fact that where we are in the market in terms of interest, but also collaboration with digital asset adoption. So for those that are unfamiliar, or just for a little bit of a recap, we saw Binance and MGX, which is an Abu Dhabi-based AI and advanced tech investor. They announced a $2 billion institutional investment. So what we've seen is MGX making the investment into Binance. And this is the single largest investment ever made into a crypto company. And it just shows, first of all, the fact that there is a huge leadership role in advancing digital asset adoption, and also the role of blockchain in global finance. It's really bullish for the crypto space in general, because it's strong institutional confidence in the cryptocurrency industry, but also in blockchain tech as well, and innovation at the intersection. I know we always talk on these streams about the kind of convergence between AI and blockchain and how things are moving ahead. But when you see these large investments like this, it just solidifies what we're talking about. And then the fact that it is based in the UAE, it's a huge win for the UAE in general, because it's the UAE's really growing reputation as a leading hub for cryptocurrency and blockchain innovation. And also the UAE is known for really forward-thinking digital asset frameworks and also a positive regulatory stance. So it's great to see all of this encompassing in one. And it was a really exciting week last week. There was some great feedback from crypto media, but also the traditional media platforms as well, really making a big buzz about this. And for people that are, watching the news, following and scrolling through X, and they can see these kind of updates, I think it just reinstates that 2025 is a landmark game-changing year for the adoption of digital assets. And actions like this really just reinforce that.
And it was made using stablecoins as well, wasn't it?
Yes, correct. So largest ever single investment in a crypto company, and all made using stables, which is really remarkable and just kind of reinstates why we're all here in the space and what an ease of transaction.
And I'm sure that transaction probably happened very quickly. It was, oh, yep, cool, signed. Yep, funds have been sent. Cool. Yep, funds have been received. It really shows how amazing this tech is and how robust the infrastructure that it sits on is when that level of investment can be made using stablecoins. It's just so cool. It's awesome.
Yeah. Absolutely. Well, it also just reinstates why we're all here. It's the fact that not only are you saying that you believe in Binance and you want to build on top of this digital asset framework and blockchain technology and move into encompass AI, but you're also essentially kind of putting your money where your mouth is by using stablecoins to action this transaction. I always wonder, though, when these transactions are made, how nervous you must be to be checking every single letter in the transaction code, and the kind of the process for the people that are actually physically making that transaction. That's always something that I would love to see a behind the scenes for. Maybe one day with next Bitcoin Live.
For sure. I mean, you always want to send a test transaction. That's kind of crypto safety 101, but man, that's a hell of a transaction to follow your test transaction. That's for sure. What does this mean for Binance and the community? What are these funds going to enable us to do?
So that's a really good question. I think for the community in general, the feedback that we've had has been so exciting because it really just shows that we are moving forward into these huge organizations and entities really solidifying their trust in Binance as a platform, and also the development and integrations between blockchain and AI. So for the industry and for the community, this is really exciting. And I think for the developments, I will be waiting to see from MGX how they'll look to really position and move forward with this. But we imagine it to be to do with the kind of the AI and blockchain intersection, which is very exciting.
Absolutely. It's such a remarkable deal. It's so cool to see that go through. And yeah, makes me really proud to be a Binancean as well, and to continue to work on this business. Yeah. To pivot off that, something else that made me really proud to be a Binancean over the last couple of weeks was watching Building the Future inside Binance Blockchain Week, which was an Apple TV special that went up about Binance Blockchain Week. I wasn't there. I was in Japan. And even though I was off enjoying some much deserved annual leave and hiking around Mount Fuji, I got massive FOMO. I was really disappointed I missed out on Binance Blockchain Week last year. But you were there. Not only were you there, you emceed the main stage. How cool is it seeing an event come together like that and then being able to watch it back as a documentary on Apple TV? That's amazing.
Honestly, it's really been a career highlight. I think the team did such a remarkable job. So it was kind of headline and front run by Kim Murphy, who is the kind of global events lead, but the whole events team have just been planning and organizing this. This is an enormous feat. So for those that didn't attend and haven't watched the documentary yet, absolutely recommend you to go and do so. But it just showed the behind the scenes and the build up to what is one of the largest cryptocurrency events in the space. And also for the UAE, it was a huge front run. It was the first time that we had this huge arena that normally hosts top scale comedians or kind of the leading music artists in the world hosting a Web3 conference. So you see the whole build, you see all of the platforms and all the different sponsor stages come up, and then the people flying in from around the world. And it was remarkable to catch the engagement and the entertainment from their side of angels. It was the most amount of Binancean and Binance angels coming into one place. I think there was over 100 angels. We had millions of people join the Binance Live. But the fact that there was the people filming this and really documenting the journey, it kind of just legitimizes the industry as a whole. I think for a lot of people that are watching crypto from the sidelines, they'll see documentaries like this make it onto the likes of Amazon Prime, and they'll be able to watch the people that build and set the stage for cryptocurrency conversations. And as the crypto space is such an online space, the fact that you have IRL events and you can see people that are part of that building it, it's a really kind of poetic signification of how the industry is evolving, and the storylines behind it will really resonate with a lot of people. So I think for non-crypto people, it's a huge pull in for them to watch and to observe. For example, my dad, I've been making cryptocurrency content for 10 years. This is the first time he texted and said, I'll watch this. And now I'll finally know what you do for a living. So I think for everyone in the Binance team where our parents maybe didn't necessarily know what we do in crypto, they're able to watch that and able to really see the scale of the cryptocurrency community. And especially when we saw, CZ come out on stage, you just saw the amount of euphoria and joy from people that have been watching these leaders come on stage and share their insights. So it was a really magical thing to be a part of, and it's making us very excited for the next Binance Blockchain Week. It set a very high standard, I think.
Yeah, of course. What a superhero Kim is. Watching her execute that while pregnant and towards the later end of the pregnancy is just phenomenal. What a superwoman.
Absolutely. It was the most iconic thing to watch her and the team really come together, because this is a full around the clock process of building, and kind of anything can happen in a single day. You have speakers flying in from all over the world. So it's an enormous operation, and the resilience that the events team have and the skill to pull this off to such a high standard. The feedback that I had from crypto media after the event was extraordinary. People were saying this is the best event that they've been to, just because of the standard of each element of the conversations and of the kind of the networking and the booths. So yeah, it was really exciting, and we'll have to get you to come to the next one. Mount Fiji sounds like it was amazing, but next one's going to be even better.
It was, but I will be at the next Binance Blockchain Week. I will commit to that because I can't handle that FOMO again. Watching all of my colleagues have a great time without me definitely sucked. Was being in a show like this ever on your career bingo card? You said that's a highlight, and it has to be, right? Like, that's got to be pretty special.
So special. And it was such an honor to be able to be a part of it from the Binance team. I mean, it was a real honor, and it was always on my bingo card to do a documentary which was targeting retail that were not yet in crypto. So it was something which would kind of debunk some myths but also humanize. I just had no idea it was going to be in this form. I think the fact that myself and the team were kind of catched wearing the hard hats and high vis at the beginning, that wasn't in our 2024 bingo card, but it was an amazing way to really break down some of the stigmas and misconceptions that might come with people that are involved in crypto, and to just see the fact that this is such a large and vast community, and people from any walks of life in different regions around the world can be involved in crypto. So from a normalizing and humanizing the industry element, this is amazing.
Yeah, and that hits me a lot at every crypto event that I go to, is the diversity of the crowd and how people of different backgrounds, cultures, they really engage in this decentralized permissionless tech in a way which is genuinely egalitarian. It's one of the coolest things about our space, I think.
Absolutely. And also the fact, like, the show is not just about crypto, it's about kind of innovation, technology. It's about different collaborations, global collaborations with different innovators from around the world. So I think it's really inspiring for anyone that is an entrepreneur, people that are in the tech space, not just the crypto enthusiasts, but it also humanizes the industry massively. And this is the kind of content that I'm hoping going to see a lot more of as the industry gets bigger and bigger.
Yeah, I agree. I would love to see more of these stories, these really human stories told behind crypto. And for an industry that works remotely too, and for an industry which is borderless, it's so cool to see people get together and really get excited about what we're building and what we're working on. What you're working on at the moment as well is the Binance 2025 podcast. How's that going? And yeah, tell us a little bit about that new show that we're running globally.
Yeah, I would love to. So thank you for asking. So for those that are not yet subscribed to the Binance Global YouTube channel, I absolutely do recommend you to do so. We are really ramping up our content strategy for 2025. I think the main objective is just to put out as many pillars of content that you, the end user, will find useful and beneficial in your crypto journey. So whether that's short form, entertaining, engaging content that's educational for you. It's linked to the Binance research reports, which the research team do an amazing job in pulling in some of the data from the platform to really give you a concise overview of what's happening in the market and how things might look as we move ahead. That's really, really important. And a lot of that information is quite difficult to digest. So to have it in a short video format, it's an easy 3 to 4 minute watch, and it just kind of sets you up for how the market is looking. Because as we know in crypto, so much can change so quickly. But then we also have longer form conversations with different leadership team members. So we have our conversation with the CEO, Richard Tang, that came out a few weeks ago, and we have a few more leadership team members that will be released over the next few months, which is really exciting. And it just gives you insights into what subdivisions within Binance are working on. So we have Jeff Lee from product, who'll be sharing his insights, Catherine, who's head of VIP and institutional clients, giving some gauge on what the institutional client clients are looking at this year. We have Rohit, our Chief Technology Officer, taking a look at how you can build a tech platform for millions of users. So again, this is not just for people that are crypto enthusiasts or users of Binance platform. It's for anyone that's really focusing on these different pillars of entrepreneurship. So it's really exciting. And we're also expanding outside of Binance leadership. So on Thursday, the 20th of March, we have a live stream with CoinMarketCap taking a look at this week in crypto, because this week feels like a particularly busy week. On Thursday, we have the first round of Solana ETFs going live, which is exciting. Donald Trump is speaking at a conference. It's the first time we've got a US president speaking at the Digital Asset Summit. And this is just in a week. So there's so much that's happening. And it's really just a pleasure to try and absorb a lot of that information and then digest and deliver it to the channel. We have James Seyfarth coming on the channel next week, who is the Bloomberg ETF analyst, breaking down everything you need to know about ETF data to help you make informed decisions on your kind of investing approach and kind of debunking some of the myths we might see from crypto media about inflows and outflows and what it really means for the wider market. So we're also taking requests. So we do keep an eye on the comments. If anyone has any suggestions or feedback or videos that they would find useful, videos they want to share with family and friends, let us know, because 2025 is the year that we're trying to share as much content, pass it on, and share the breadth of knowledge that we have for those of us in crypto.
That's exceptional. I'll definitely be tuning in for all of that, but especially interested in the episode with Rohit, the CTO. Yeah. How robust the Binance platform is just really astounds me, and how it handles such astronomical trading volumes day in, day out. It really is an exceptional product. It's so cool to see. So I'd love to hear more about what he's working on and how that all comes together. Do you have a dream guest for the show? Anybody that you'd love to get on that you don't have lined up yet?
So I think the next guest that I would love to have on would have to be Michael Saylor, just because I think this year he has been doing so much for Bitcoin conversations. I mean, as always, but this year it seems to really be ramping up. So I would love to hear from him and pick his brains on his strategy as we move later on into the year. There's too many to think of, but hopefully this is the year of execution and we'll make some stuff happen.
Awesome. Well, we love what you're working on. We'll definitely be sharing that out in the local channels as well. So keep an eye on that. And yeah, there's plenty of awesome stuff to come. Let's finish on markets. It's been a bit of a rocky couple of weeks or last couple of months. Obviously, since we last spoke, we've gone up to that high of $109,000 Bitcoin, and then we've come right back down and even crashed just slightly below 80K, sitting around that mid 80s at the moment. What's your short-term and mid-term outlook on the market right now?
Good question. So that feels like so long ago that the markets were in such a pleasant uptick, just because so much has happened since then. We've seen Trump's inauguration and we've seen all the positive movements after that. I think if we focus on this week in particular, February, we saw around a 20% retracement for Bitcoin, but the FOMC meeting that came on Wednesday, that was really quite bullish for crypto. So we saw Bitcoin move back above, it hit around 86,000 US dollars, which is quite a positive retracement. As we mentioned, so positive move back, the possibility of cut rates in 2025. I mean, for 2025 moving ahead, this is a really bullish time for the industry and for the markets. We've seen a huge uptick in conversations around crypto. We're seeing really positive moves forward, the possibility of the US strategic Bitcoin reserve. We've got the movement forward of other cryptocurrency ETFs in the United States and the market appetite that might come surrounding that. We're seeing community tokens. BNB chain is a great example. We're seeing a lot more being built and user activity moving forward on these different ecosystems. So the market right now is in a really, really exciting place. I think 2025 was always set to be a very strong year, and it seems that we are well underway of that. I think for people that are maybe entering the space now, or they entered the space in the last few months, and they are watching the prices, the one thing I would say is to just zoom out. I think it can be quite daunting to look at the price swings that we are seeing at the moment, and it might be kind of pushing aside some of the positive news that we're seeing in the industry. But I have never seen a year like 2025 with some of the positive announcements in the space. So I think for one thing, for the people that are investing in crypto and people that are looking to get a little bit more information, is just do your own research, look at some of the news that is coming out, and just kind of be aware of what's happening in the markets, because it's a very exciting time.
And I think this week I felt like retail CT sentiment flipped bullish again, which was great to see and great to feel. Nice to see some positivity back on the timeline, because you're right, the institutional news, the nation state adoption news, and generally the momentum that Bitcoin and the rest of crypto has right now is so strong. And the rest of the markets, right, traditional markets too, had a bit of a wobble in February, had a bit of a wobble in March. So yeah, it's nice to see sentiment flip a little bit bullish. It always feels good. Well, thank you so much for joining us. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show, and we'll definitely have you back before Binance Blockchain Week, but I will see you there for sure. So thank you so much for taking the time.
I will hold you to that. Thank you so much. Thanks.
To finish off, guys, I have 2 quick campaigns to share with you. First of all, our margin level up trading quest. If you've never tried Binance Margin, this is a great opportunity for you to jump in and try out this product. We've got a bunch of tasks that you can complete and earn vouchers by doing so. It will give you some margin 0% interest vouchers, which will allow you to trade margin without paying any interest on those trades, which is a great way to get started. And there's also some trading fee rebate vouchers available here too. There's novice tasks for if you're just getting started, apprentice tasks for if you've traded margin before, and advanced trader tasks for if you're a margin expert and you're very comfortable using the product, or you can run through and complete all 6 tasks and claim those rewards. The other great initiative that we've just launched yesterday is our Build Your Strategic Reserve campaign. This is inspired by the Strategic Bitcoin Reserve and Digital Asset Stockpile that's just been launched in the US. And we're helping our Aussie users start to build their own digital asset stockpiles and get up to 50 USDT in token vouchers as a reward to help get you started. This one's got a bunch of really simple tasks that you're probably already doing on Binance. Deposit, trade margin, and refer your friends. And like I said, there's 50 USDT in token vouchers there up for grabs. Definitely check this one out. I've got both of these links in the show notes. Have a fantastic weekend by now. Oh, sorry, removed myself. Have a great weekend, Binansians. As always, it's great to share this stuff with you. So I will catch you on the other side of the weekend. Enjoy. Please note that this discussion includes insights from non-affiliated third parties and key opinion leaders. Binance provides this platform for informational and educational purposes only and is not responsible for any content or insights provided. This information should not be considered as financial, tax, or investment advice from Binance.